This is the hand of an elderly guest. This hand does not have too many distinctive features, but it still holds many secrets about longevity and family relationships. Based on the palm lines, it is possible to determine approximately how long this person will live, their current health condition, and any illnesses they may be experiencing. Don't miss today's video. Today, I am very pleased to analyze your palm. You were born in 1953, which means you are now 72 years old. First, when taking an overall look at your hand, I can see that you have a relatively broad palm. This characteristic suggests that you have a broad vision, an open mind, and are not confined by rigid frameworks. Upon closer observation, I notice that the lines on your palm are not very distinct. This may partly indicate that your life has gone through phases where direction was not very clear, possibly involving moments of hesitation or changes in thought and career orientation. Another striking feature is that your fingertips are very rounded, especially your pinky and ring fingers, which are noticeably long. This rounded fingertip shape is often associated with highly creative individuals who love art and tend to be drawn to fields related to beauty and refinement. If, in your youth, you had the opportunity to pursue a career in creativity or the arts, you might have achieved remarkable accomplishments. People with fingers like yours are often well-suited for careers such as painting, design, architecture, or fine craftsmanship. They may also be skilled artisans, creating works with a strong personal imprint. Additionally, when examining your entire hand, I notice that your ring finger is quite long. This is a sign that you have an outgoing nature, enjoy socializing and connecting with others, and dislike being constrained by rigid structures. People with long ring fingers typically have a free-spirited personality, an appreciation for beauty, and a strong artistic inclination. They also tend to have a high sense of self, prefer independence, rarely rely on others, and always seek to carve their own path. In summary, your hand reflects a creative personality with a love for freedom and an extroverted tendency. If you have worked in artistic or creative fields in the past, it can be said that you have followed your true potential. If not, there may have been times in your life when you felt uncertain about your path, as your nature is to express your individuality through your work and life. Therefore, with a hand shape like this, a career related to business or investment could also be quite suitable for you. Observing this hand, I notice that you possess a rather unique feature. Your headline and lifeline are separated from the starting point instead of being connected like most people. In palmistry, this is called a triple palm. People with this type of palm line usually have a very high level of independence. They tend to be strong-willed and self-reliant in both thought and action, not easily influenced by others. From a young age, they may have exhibited a stubborn personality, sometimes even appearing inflexible, rarely following advice from those around them. However, this is not merely obstinacy. In reality, they are highly responsible individuals, especially in family relationships. They are willing to take on responsibilities, care for their loved ones, and prefer handling matters themselves rather than relying on others. Additionally, people with this type of palm tend to prefer leadership over working under someone else. In their career, they are always exploring, innovating, and thinking of unique methods different from the majority. Because of this, jobs related to investment, business, or self-employment are much more suitable for them than working under management. Looking at this hand, I notice that your lifeline is broad and well-defined. This indicates that you are an outgoing, open-minded person who is well-liked by those around you. Moreover, your palm features long yin virtue lines extending from the wrist upward. This is a sign that you receive protection and blessings from higher forces, bringing good fortune into your life. Another interesting characteristic is that your thumb slightly bends backward. This indicates a flexible, adaptable nature and excellent communication skills. Combined with your long ring finger, this suggests that careers involving communication, negotiation, or those requiring quick adaptability would be a good fit for you. Regarding the headline, I notice that this line on your hand is also very clear and long. This indicates that you are an intelligent person with good vision and a keen ability to recognize financial opportunities. However, at one point along the headline, there is a crossing line. This is a sign that between the ages of 40 and 45, you may have encountered difficulties, particularly in your career, forcing you to face many challenges. Looking at the overall hand, the period from 30 to 40 years old seems to be the most challenging time for you, especially financially. During this time, you tended to live quite independently, having to struggle and rise through your own abilities. This hand also indicates that your early years were not particularly favorable, as you had to work hard and become self-reliant from a young age. Another important factor is that your lifeline and headline separate very early. This suggests that you had to fend for yourself from a young age, possibly having started working and earning money early without much support from your family. Observing this hand, I see that your most difficult phase was from 30 to 40 years old. Meanwhile, the period in which you may face health issues falls between 45 and 50 years old, especially since there is a cut on your lifeline. This is not a positive sign, but overall, all the difficulties in your life tend to pass without lasting harm. Currently, you are 72 years old, and at this stage, health should be your top priority. The lifeline at the end of your palm gradually fades, and in this area, there is a hazy marking, which is a sign of illness. You should be particularly cautious about issues related to bones, joints, and the digestive system, especially the colon, as your health is not entirely stable at this time. Your hand also reveals a weakness in the heart line. This line curves a lot, and a distinct island appears on it. This indicates that your marriage has not been stable and may have faced many difficulties between the ages of 30 and 40. This was likely the most challenging period in terms of relationships, which could have affected your current life and made you more solitary. However, it seems that you have gradually become accustomed to this. Additionally, your hand has a straight index finger with a rounded fingertip, indicating strong leadership qualities. You are a serious person with excellent organizational and management skills. Those around you tend to follow your guidance, allowing you to take on managerial or leadership roles effectively. On this hand, certain square markings in this area suggest that you have a connection with real estate and wealth. This means you may own property or have a stable home. Furthermore, your hand has multiple wealth lines, indicating that you may have 3 or more children. Regarding income, you have experienced various jobs and built multiple sources of income. However, at this stage, these income sources are not as stable as before and tend to slow down. Nevertheless, you still maintain financial independence. On your palm, the gap between your index finger is quite large, indicating that in your youth, you had difficulties managing money and were prone to financial losses, especially related to family matters. However, in later years, your financial fortune has improved. This reflects your generosity and willingness to help others. Your hand also reveals a hardworking personality and excellent work ethic during your younger years. At this stage of life, you focus more on serving and assisting others. Financially, you are not struggling. You have stable housing, vehicles, and a comfortable standard of living. A straight little finger suggests that your children are on a good path in life. However, the large gaps between your fingers indicate that they may tend to live far from home. This could lead to feelings of loneliness in old age, and you may have gradually adapted to living alone. If you have already accepted this lifestyle, it is not a major issue. However, if you are not prepared, it is important to strengthen your mindset to cope with this change. Additionally, your palm features a phoenix eye marking, which signifies a compassionate nature and a tendency to be interested in spirituality and self-cultivation. Therefore, careers related to caregiving or emotional support, such as teaching, medicine, or psychological counseling, may suit you. This also explains why you have always been a source of emotional support for those around you, earning their trust and becoming someone they confide in. One notable characteristic of your hand is that your headline does not run straight but curves slightly. This suggests that before the age of 40 to 45, your career might have experienced significant ups and downs, leading to frequent job changes or career shifts. Furthermore, your palm indicates that your lifespan could extend beyond 85 years. This is a very positive sign, suggesting that your current health is relatively stable, and you still maintain a strong presence. Additionally, the Mount of Mars on your palm is quite prominent. This suggests that you should pay attention to eye-related health issues. It also indicates that your personality can sometimes be difficult to control, with a tendency toward impatience and imposing your opinions on others. As a result, you may sometimes feel frustrated when those around you do not meet your expectations, which could contribute to a sense of isolation. Overall, your work and current life are fairly well off and stable, so there is no need for excessive worry. However, you should pay attention to some of the health issues mentioned above, particularly those related to cardiovascular health and blood pressure. Your palm indicates the possibility of facing such issues, so it is essential to take better care of your health. Regarding your future after the age of 70, it is best to maintain your current lifestyle, focus on your health and family, and gradually reduce work-related pressure. During this period, finding a trustworthy person to delegate work to will be crucial, allowing you to enjoy your later years without the burden of financial concerns. At present, your palm also shows that you have stable assets, including property. Although your left hand has a slight imperfection, the palm lines remain very clear and quite similar to those on your right hand. Notably, there is a rather large rectangle on the Jupiter Mount, suggesting that you may own a valuable house or piece of land. This is a very favorable financial sign. However, your palm also reveals potential difficulties in romantic relationships. Your marriage may not be entirely harmonious, and your relationships with children or parents might be somewhat distant rather than deeply connected. As a result, you may experience some loneliness in old age. This is something to consider so you can improve your family relationships from now on. These are the full insights from your palm reading. If you are watching this video, I wish you great success and a fulfilling life. Thank you very much.